Why did you want to agree to talk?
Decided to cooperate with the police, and I just want to tell the truth about everything that happened.
So what happened?
At what point?
Just tell me how you know Shania.
She was babysitting my youngest daughter at her mother's house, and I met her on Christmas Day of 2010.
And then what happened from there?
Cancer. It was pretty much, it started off just fine, and I looked after her like she was a little sister of mine. Then March 14th, March 15th, I was accused of sexually assaulting her when I didn't do it. And that's when the cancer started eating me.
What do you mean the cancer?
Cancer kills. It eats you from the inside out, and that's pretty much how everything started working with me. It was just over the past year plus of everything going on, it was the good in me was getting ate out.
So, when she accused you of that, what happened? I mean, what went through your mind?
At first, I didn't believe that this was even going on because of the relationship that me and her had. I didn't believe it at first. I felt like it was people that was telling her what to say and so forth. And she even admitted to me that, that it wasn't her story that she told, it was someone told her to say it.
Why would she say something like that?
That is what I never fully got the understanding of. When I told her what the police report said that actually went on, she asked me, what police report did you have? I told her one that was filed against me. And she said, that's not true. That's not anything that was said. The police report was even falsified to make me look like I was a monster. So they could indict me on the charges.
So, if it was false, if none of this ever happened, then why did you kill her?
A year of all the pain that I was going through, and when the situation happened, it wasn't who I actually was that came out. It was like a light switch. Once it hit, it was the dark side came out of it.
So tell me, how you started trying to get in touch with her, and why you started.
I got in touch with her because I wanted to get information that would help me with my case. So I started communicating with her as a different person. After just a few days, she started, I asked her to tell me a secret, and she told me about the sexual assault charges. And the story that she told the police and the story that she told me over the phone, they wasn't the same. The amount of time switched up. There was so many lies on that recording, the police report, to where none of them was nowhere near the same. So I was recording all the conversations that me and her was having because I was going to use them in court. And I went to my lawyer and explained to him what I had, hoping that he can just go and show the DA the information, because I told him that my mind, it wasn't the same. That I was losing full capability of even being around other people. I isolated myself from everyone. I stayed in the house. The only time I went outside was either to drop my wife off at work or to go to the gym. And it was going to the gym was to give me something to where I wouldn't have to think about everything that I was facing.
And so so how did you get her to get in the car? Like, how did that all happen?
I was communicating with her through text message, and she called the phone.
And you were posing as a 16-year-old?
No.
Okay.
It was a guy that I told her that my name was D. But when I showed up at the school to talk to her, she was scared when she first saw me. I told her that I wasn't going to hurt her because I didn't plan on hurting her. I told her I just wanted to talk to her. She walked with me and she got in the car.
And then what happened from there?
we started, I was backing out the parking spot and was driving up from the school and started talking about everything that went on, and she said that she was going to tell them that the truth, that I never touched her, and that, you know, saying that she just wanted this all to go away and so forth. I told her that that's what, you know, that's what I need to happen, because I can't go to jail for something that I didn't do. And she said that she's going to tell them the truth, that I never touched her. And she said that she was made to tell that exact story that she had. That's the reason why the story don't even make sense.
So how did you get from her telling you that she was going to deny everything to killing her?
That it was, like, that's when a different side of me came out. I guess talking to her about all the pain and all the loss and everything that one single lie put me through, I completely changed my life 100%. He was trying to come out. I was trying to hold him in, and I was talking. I'm pretty much crying while I'm sitting in the car talking to her about what her lies have done to my life. And I explained to her that I can't provide for my kids. I explained to her I couldn't provide for my kids. I couldn't provide for myself.
Why couldn't you?
With 4 sexual assault charges on your background, even if they were showing pending, no one would hire me. My job saved it for me when I was in jail for that month facing the charges, and I bonded out. And I went back to work the next day when I got out of jail, but when they did another background check on me, it came over them 4 charges, and they had to fire me.
So what were you doing? Where did you work?
I worked at Dr. Pepper. I was a forklift operator.
Okay. And so, you know, you guys pull up to the park, and, you know, what happened from there? She got out of the car, or?
She got out of the car. The agreement was that she can tell her mama whatever she needed to tell her, because I told her I didn't kidnap you. You voluntarily got in the car. So I said, you can tell your mama whatever you need to tell her, but, you know what I'm saying, what you need to do is be honest and tell the truth when you go to court. Because it messed up my life. And she said she was going to, and she apologized, and we was walking down the trail, and where I was going to let her stay, I told her to stay there for 5 minutes before she called for her ride. As we was walking down the trail, it was taped off. There was some kind of yellow caution tape around on the side of the trail. So I said, we can't go that way because it's taped off. So when we went back the other way, when we turned back around, I seen a little drop-off area from the trail. And I walked down there, and I told her to stay down here for 5 or 10 minutes before you make the phone call. And when I turned around to walk away, the light switch.
What happened? I mean, what's the light switch? What came out? What happened?
That quick, I turned around and walked off with intentions on leaving her down there. And then it was like the different side of me came out. It was like I didn't even know what I was doing. I couldn't control it. I turned around and I shot.
Where did you shoot her?
It was somewhere in the back area, from the shoulder blades up somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where.
So she didn't see you. You shot her in the back. Okay. And then, so she fell into the water, and then what happened?
I shot again. And it took for her to say, why I wish, to bring me back to who I was. And when she said, why I wish, I felt sorry for her. It was like I went from rage to, like, light switch cut back down to where I was the current person that I was when I first met her. I helped her get out the water. And when I helped her get out the water, she had laid down after she got out the water. And it was like the light switch flicked back up again. And I sent her home. Like I couldn't even control myself.
So you saw her laying there, and why did you feel sorry for her?
Because I never intended on hurting her. That never was the plan. I was gonna talk to her, we was gonna get an understanding of, I wanted her to know exactly what she done to my life with her lies. That was the whole point of the face-to-face conversation. I want her to understand what she done to my life and to me, and not only to me and my life, to my kids' life, to where, you know, I was telling everybody around me that I needed help because the thoughts and the pressure that I was under, it wasn't normal. It wasn't who I was. Nobody helped me.
So, that last moment, you know, I mean, you put your foot on her neck until she stopped breathing. Why did you want to do that? Why did you do that?
So it was like it switched back on, and before I realized it, I stepped on her neck. She grabbed my leg for a couple seconds. It was only a couple seconds. I don't even think that, honestly, I think she was probably already in the process of dying. And that pretty much just sped it up.
And then you just rolled her into the water, or what happened?
I apologized to her. Told her that I was sorry, that I loved her. I stood there for a second. Asked God to forgive me, and I rolled in the water. I went back up to the top, and I stopped, and I was turning around because I was going to go and help her, but she was already gone. I wanted to get her back out of the water, but she went in the water. She went to the bottom. I couldn't see her. And now I got to pay for what I done.
What was going? I mean, you were scared about your 4 counts of.
And now I got an even bigger charge. Like I say, that was out of my control. It was like I didn't plan on doing that.
So tell me about, you know, what you were saying. Like, when did these thoughts start happening, and what were the thoughts? I mean, what kind of help do you think you needed?
Some serious help to the max. The thoughts was, I could be sitting down watching TV, and it's like I was spaced out to where it's like nobody else is around me. I don't hear the TV anymore, and I'm having thoughts of doing things to people. It don't matter if it was a small situation or a big situation. I had thoughts about doing stuff to people.
Anyone?
Any and everyone. All the time. And this went on for months. I talked to everyone that I possibly could about it.
Why didn't you go get help?
I tried. I figured that if anybody can guide me in the right direction, it'd be a pastor, suicide hotline. I tried to find some kind of free help because I couldn't afford to pay for any help. Nobody could help me. The pastor prayed for me. The suicide hotline people, they, you know, in the way that she talked to me, it was like she didn't know what she was doing.
So, I mean, what do you want, you know, her family, you know her family, right?
I know Shania more than I do her family. I met her mother, I think, once or twice.
Yeah. And, you know, they're just heartbroken, they're just devastated.
A lot of people is.
What do you think about that, and what do you want to say about that?
I think that if I had the power to turn back the hands of time, I would have. I don't know what I would have done. As far as say to the family that I'm sorry, there's no words that I can actually say to mend that broken heart. Mine's broken too, and I'm the one that did it.
So, I mean, what are you expecting from this? Like, you know, do you think you're going to stay in jail forever, or what do you think's going to happen?
Next
at this point, I don't really know. I have no idea what's going on. I'm facing a capital murder charge. That's either life in prison or death penalty. So.
I mean, in the eyes of other people, it seems like you went through a lot to try and get her to, you know, get in the car with you and, you know, pretending to be someone else.
That the steps I went through was just to gather information. It wasn't, like I said, after I was getting the information, it would be to where I wouldn't even have the phone on. I would cut the phone off because I was like, okay, I got a lot of information. And then when I would take the information to my lawyer, he couldn't, you know, he was like, okay, we just hold on to it. We gotta, you know, we just gonna save this information. And every time I would get more and more information, and then I just figured if I talk to her face to face, maybe I can get her to understand what she done, what her lies had done to my life.
So you're completely denying that you molested her in any sort of way?
Completely denied it, 100%.